Okay. Well, hi everyone, if there is anyone on the other side of this camera. I don't know still. I mean, I've uploaded one video of this and other gameplays, but soon seem to come what's going to happen. So, I don't know if I messed up, I may have, because I think when I was talking last video. Hold on a second. Don't want that picking up. I have my editing headset hooked up and I had the volume up because I was testing the audio because, of course, I have issues with audio, but I didn't want to have an echo coming through, especially how close it was to the mic. But yeah, I may have thought last week was week 3. This may be week 3. I don't know. Like I've said before, I am lost on time. I have no idea whatsoever. I mean, it's barely April because it's like the 1st, but yeah, everything is just lost to me. Time, I mean, the whole time I have no idea mostly what week it is, what day it is. I'm lost. I don't know if that's my meds or just shit happening. I have no idea. So yeah, it's just been tough. I think I may have talked about this in the last episode of last week that we lost a dog. So yeah, things have been kind of down and been like a dark cloud overhead. It's just I guess no one has energy to do anything, even though, I mean, yeah, it was a dog that we had for a long time, but I mean, it's just a dog. It shouldn't take your whole life and just make it completely halt. But you know, I gotta get out and do more things on my own, but it's hard to do with anxiety, social anxiety, depression, and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's just hope and want, and nothing happens. I really need to get more. Well, I need to get more stuff set up because I'm trying to get more videos uploaded, but it's an issue because I have crap internet. I don't even have a direct connection. I have wireless, which, if anyone knows that, not the best thing to be uploading. You want direct connection straight through. I mean, Cat 6, 300-foot Ethernet cables. Not that expensive, but it's not that cheap either. So I need to do that, and I kind of what I want to do is wire it in because I have a adapter, so I can get this video feed that goes on from here to over here. So I'm looking at myself and know things are running, but I gotta find the wires for that. I found some things I need, but not all of them. So it's still all a work in progress, and now videos are up and they're going out to people. Hopefully that can bring in people and get people moving and get people knowing everything, so things can get moving forward. So not this week, but next week is when I see my doctor again about my levels and everything. Hopefully we can up them because I'm pretty sure nothing's changing for me because things are supposed to be slowing down, things are changing. I mean, I may be hoping for things to change instantly instead of slow time, but 3 weeks are supposed to be seeing some kind of change, but I'm not seeing anything. So hopefully after that appointment, things, start actually moving forward more. I mean, I know it's a long, slow process, but you want to see that small little bit to, keep motivation up. One good thing is going to be is the day before my doctor's appointment, I have another appointment with my waxer, which is really good because that just helps me feel better about it. It's also, the girl that does it is really nice and is really talkative and understanding. And I mean, when I first went to her, me and her first had a big back and forth of emails going to make sure, if she'll do it, how much it's going to cost, what areas we can do, and so on and so forth. And she was good with it and back and forth, and it went really, really well. And the first time, and then I had to come back because we couldn't finish everything because I'm hairy as shit, which I haven't shaved since then. So it's all back and actually worse because before I saw her, I was, shaving regularly to keep most of the hair I could get off. But now it's all back in full force and I hate it. So it's good that I'm going to her. And also, I don't know, she seems like a good person to talk to. Because I mean, she's just different than other people out there. I mean, different than my family itself, because still having issues with my mom because she's outright and told me that she can never see me as her daughter, which hurts. I mean, I probably talked about this before, but it's still a big issue. I mean, when you're trying to accept yourself and people around you don't, it's just something you can't deal with. That's why it's getting harder and harder with everything happening. I mean, I want my own place because this whole setup is ridiculous. Because I have space about this much for my desk, and then there's, I mean, I could rearrange my room and hopefully have it a better setup, but I don't think I could. Because, I mean, how it is, it's an irregular shape and it's just small. I mean, if I would have to rearrange it, it would just be a pain to tear apart everything I have, move it around, and hopefully I can get everything to fit right. So it's just easier to leave as it is, and hopefully things pick up and I can get moving towards more, independency and, getting everything moving forward. I mean, I hope with this can help me move with that, because if I can get my own place, I can get up a whole room set up so I'm, have a full room that I could soundproof and it looks good, and I have a full recording setup. I mean, I plan on tomorrow going to a local shop just down the road from here that does like custom computers and whatnot. And I mean, hopefully I can work with them and get some kind of setup working, or see how much they charge for interest, and because they do financing options for like computers and whatnot. Because I called them once before and wanted to get things set up, but I just didn't have the money at the time. And now there's some money has come through. So I mean, not come through. It's just I've been dealing with bills, so some money's freed up, so I can get this moving. I mean, not as much because I've taken off also another day at work, so I can do this. Because I mean, the last 2 days I've been editing and uploading, trying to get videos out, but I haven't done any recording because I'm afraid I'm going to lose more audio. Which, I mean, this is not even working most of the time. It's lost or closed or crashed on me because of some reason. It's also, I think one thing is my computer keeps overheating because it's just a small little tiny MacBook Pro that I got when I went through college, which was a waste of my time. I mean, most of the stuff I learned at there I knew already from high school. It was just, expanding a little bit, but, it's not worth $30,000 for an associate's degree, by the way. Not a bachelor's, not a master's, nothing. Associates, which no one will hire you with an associate's degree because they want at least a bachelor's or higher and 2 years of on-the-job experience. So good luck with that. That's just a good note to know. If you're going through college or thinking about going through college, get bachelor's or higher, and you have to do unpaid internships, which, I mean, there are some internships that are paid, not a lot. It's also, I went through school online, and I was also working, so I was going to school and working at the same time. I mean, going to school online and working, sometimes even while I was working at schoolwork, which was a pain, but yeah. That was a fun thing to deal with. Trying to get everything set up and working and, doing all that all at the same time. And as well as that, through that time, we also had to move a crap ton, I've moved so many times, I've lost count over the past years. Which is a weird thing to think about, because I know some states, if you don't have the right the right address on your license, you can get in trouble. But I mean, I've heard that, but I've never seen it or really heard of anyone getting a real ticket or in trouble. It's just they just check your address, and if it's wrong, you just tell them the real address. Because who has the money to spend $25, $35 or more money to every time you move, which I've moved every year or more, to get your license changed, which is a pain in the ass because you have to wait in line, the DMV or the DLD, whichever you have. Because I know in Utah we have a separate division for licensing and motor vehicles, but not everyone does. So yeah, that's the difference there. But it's just a pain to wait in line, get the thing set up just to change your address. I mean, I gotta do that this year. Hopefully this year I can get things changed so I don't have to change my voice. I just got out of the shower, so my voice may be a little bit better, maybe a little bit worse. I don't know. I just felt like crap, and I just needed to shower before I did this video because I hate looking like garbage on videos. I mean, my first couple ones, I probably looked like crap. I actually wanted to do makeup, but it's too late in the day. It's almost really, it's almost Tuesday, and I usually do these videos now on Monday. So, yeah. But yeah, hopefully by the end of this, by September, I can get my name changed, the gender changed, so I don't have to, keep living in the wrong name. Which is going to be a whole process, but hopefully I can find things to help me. That's why one thing I've got to talk to my doctor about because I know you have to have letters and go to a court system and blah, blah, blah. It's a whole big pain. But that's been one thing that's kind of motivated me to go see this doctor and get things moving forward because, if not, I would have to change it midpoint and it'd just be a pain to go through, all this stuff and then just changing my information, mid through, a license change time because, you get so many years. So it's just a thing, I just want to get done over with so I don't have to deal with it. It's going to cause problems with taxes and work and all that kind of stuff, but, things have changed and people are getting more easily and more used to this, so it's, not that hard. And my video feed was freaking out for a second. I thought it was turning to The Exorcist. But yeah, I need to also work on my lighting because the lighting here, I think it's also a little bright. Hold on a second. Let's see. Shade down. That's better. It doesn't look like I'm lit on fire there. But yeah, things are just moving slowly and not getting, to the point I want them at right now. But I really needed to really get into makeup because I'm just have no idea whatsoever. I have makeup and I've tried it, but I'm just, I don't know, it's a fear of not knowing what you're doing and then going out looking like, a freak or dork and then people laugh at you and then I have to snap and kill some people. Which is a fun thing, when you have mental disturbances or whatever you want to call it. And because of me, I've had PTSD and whatnot and people mocking me and all that kind of stuff. It's hard to deal with, and it's not like some people, go into a ball and cry about it or, avoid everything. Me, I snap and go basically primal and will destroy anything and everything in my way to stop whatever's happening. I've had this happen once where I snapped, and luckily, someone was screaming at me, my mom was screaming at me to stay in the car because there's two dumb kids and two dumb teenagers in a truck tried to back into our vehicle, laughed about it, drove away, and then backed up to try to say something. And I flung open, it was a minivan. I flung open the side door and started to leap out, and my mom screamed at me, and I was going rabid. I don't know if I was saying anything or just making noise, but those kids were off in a second because they saw someone my size basically in full on rampage, ready to take their heads off, which I would have done. Because I don't take crap from nobody. Some people may think because someone's bigger or has extra weight on them, they're, skittish, flabby, or, just not confrontational. But with me, I will protect myself and my family from anything that happens. If it even kills me, I will. And that goes the same with other people that I like or know or, trying to get to know or talk to people. If someone tries to do something, I will instinctively react and stop at. This one time at a job, it was the stupid call center I worked at. There was this girl that I wanted to talk to and get to know and whatnot, and she did something and then running away from this supposedly teacher, especially a guy that worked for the company training us how to do our jobs. And I don't know what they were doing, I can't remember. It was just such a bullshit time. But she's running away from him, and he throws this little foam ball, and out of nowhere I throw my hand up and block it without even noticing. I just all of a sudden smack, okay, the ball bounced off my hand, and they're wow, you're quick. I just have really bad reflexes that. At my job now, I have reflexes where things are about to fall off, I try to grab them or catch them from their falling. But fast isn't the best because it's also clumsy because sometimes I'll be holding something else and I'll just swipe and just throw shit across. Just happened before. Luckily nothing's broken or I haven't had to, clean up a ton of shit. But yeah. I don't mean to make these videos so ranty, but that's really kind of the whole point of this is just for me to get, the information out there and get, basically stuff off my chest because really I'm using this more as therapy than anything because I don't have a therapist right now and I can't afford it, and also I can't find a gender therapist in this area. I mean, there are some farther south, but I can't really afford to go back and forth in my truck because that's going to cost a crap ton of gas. It's also a lot of work to go back and forth when I work from, 10 o'clock to 7 a.m. and I only have 3 days off. And the 3 days off are good. I like it. But they're Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So I have one day to really do stuff that's out there. And I don't know, I need this time to, work on myself and work on the channel, get things moving. Hopefully with that moving, I can get stuff going forward. But we'll have to see what happens. And hopefully, more and more we go down, more and more you'll see changes. I mean, I just use some, not moisturizer, but pore stuff. So hopefully, my face doesn't look as bad. But if anyone knows how to deal with like this, where it looks like a razor burn, but it's not. So I don't know. I gotta talk to my doctor about that. But it irritates me because it doesn't probably look as bad as it does now, but tomorrow or tomorrow night it'll be like almost inflamed and irritating. I don't know. I have to get it looked at. I may have to see a dermatologist, but also I need to get like laser hair stuff, but that's not a big thing because that won't work because I have light hair. Another note, if you're transgender out there and you're getting laser hair removal or all the electronic hair removal stuff, after hormones for one thing, because that deals with most of the hair, supposedly deals with most of the hair growth. Also, with changing hormones, that can cause hair growth to come back or change or whatnot, so you want to wait. And also, if anyone that's blonde or have lighter hair, you can't do laser because I've looked through it and I've checked out. Laser hair removal is only for people that have darker hair follicles because it's basically shooting light through the hair. If your hair is clear, it doesn't work as much and you get more irritation, and it's just a waste of money. But I guess my doctor told me that there's like this electronics way. I don't know. Probably it's another way I've not heard of or not looked into yet. That's better for people with lighter hair, but I'll have to look into that. But yeah, I'm gonna call this video here. I kind of ran long ranting about it, but I'm doing better. I'm getting more out, and I'm not as much as there's not a lot of like dead air. It's also I'm getting used to being back on film and all this kind of stuff. But yeah. That's how this week's gone. I don't know if it's week 3, week 4. I think it is week 3 because next week is my appointment and I had an appointment 4 weeks out. But I don't know. So we'll see. And I want to thank everyone for watching. This helps you. If it doesn't, still, I want to thank you guys for watching just to see, me being crazy. Because, one last thing. If you don't know or you've had issues before in the past and you don't know what it is, search for it. Look it up. I've looked up so much stuff on mental disabilities and problems with your gender and everything. Do research. That will give you information and that will help you. The more you know, the more you can get to understanding it. And a lot of this stuff I learned on my own just because I've never understood, and most people talking to me or talking to other people about it, it doesn't make sense because I have my own way of learning. That's why it's kind of issue with me and makeup. But look up things, try to find out all you can. But yeah, that's going to be this video here. So yeah, thanks for watching and see you next time, I guess. Or I do have this one ending song I put up and I love it. It's just a song that's called You Never Be Alone. It's techno, but out there, you're never going to be alone if you're out with a community or trying to learn something. Just remember there's someone out there just like you that needs help.